Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, October 1st, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 661 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Why is Governor Parson going to court to stop a records request for the number 407.1500? Study, police kill more people in this state than any other, and many deaths go unreported. Transgender student wins homecoming queen. Deshina Kyle, a 26-year-old Tennessee woman who'd been missing for 3 months, has been found dead. Police say her boyfriend is a person of interest in the case. A dating coach reviewed a 27-year-old's Hinge profile and said she should replace all her photos, except the one of her dog. 2 adults throw food at teen worker at Maryland ice cream shop. A man dressed up like a ninja reportedly attacked special operations soldiers training in California. Ricky Martin looked a little different during a recent interview. His fans had opinions. Justice Alito says the Supreme Court didn't nullify Roe v. Wade in Texas abortion decision. This portrayal feeds unprecedented efforts to intimidate the court. Cause of deaths of California family on hike remains mystery. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Dow Jones Futures, no end to stock market woes, infrastructure bill in doubt, Tesla deliveries loom, Investors Business Daily. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige and Kendrick Lamar to play Super Bowl halftime show, NBC News. Biden guidelines refocus ICE migrant arrest policies, The New York Times. Ecuador's prisons are becoming battlegrounds for gangs and Mexican drug cartels, The Washington Post. Pelosi scrambles to pass trillion-dollar infrastructure bill, CNN. Squid Game mania continues, Axios. Democrats grit their teeth after Manchin lists demands, Politico. La Palma volcano eruption, fear of explosions and toxic gases, DW News. Space telescope will retain name of NASA administrator who persecuted LGBTQ employees, Gizmodo. Harris office does damage control over students' Israel ethnic genocide comment, Politico. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Texas AG argues that abortion crackdown stimulates interstate travel. New Biden administration rules would limit arrest, deportation of migrants. White supremacist gets life sentence for California synagogue shooting. Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, Eminem among rappers performing at Super Bowl. Republicans cut ties with Trump advisor after sexual misconduct claims, but stick by Trump. Alex Jones just lost 2 Sandy Hook cases. Lizzo credits twerking with helping her embrace her least favorite body part. Newsom signs cluster of police misconduct bills into law in California. Anchorage mayor defends use of yellow stars of David to protest mask mandates. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez teaches GOP basic female anatomy during abortion hearing. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Family desperate for bone marrow donor for teen. Police, passenger opens plane door, jumps on wing. Chicago Bears could move to new stadium. Police face lawsuit over alleged wrongful arrest. 2 firefighters in intensive care unit after apartment explosion. Video shows suspect igniting Democratic offices. WI plans to update unemployment system. Human remains found at State Park. Patients take virtual visit to aquarium with help of robots. Food truck run by students serves up life lessons. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. More than half of police killings are mislabeled, new study says. The moratorium saved us, it really did. Trump server's connections to Alpha Bank produces fresh conflict. Should we fear Bitcoin, or celebrate it? The Academy Museum finds good intentions in messy film history. Pelosi plans infrastructure vote tonight, Democrats prepare for showdown. Senate passes short-term spending bill to avert government shutdown. Rep. Cori Bush shares her abortion story with House panel. Biden guidelines refocus ICE migrant arrest policies. Aussie built a TV show on a false claim, says its former producer. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Bongino, flush your money down the toilet before the government gets it. Former FBI agent Maureen O'Connell, Brian Laundrie will be found alive. Cotton demands to know where Blinken was during Afghanistan planning meeting. NYC teachers file emergency request with Supreme Court to block vaccine mandate. Yale University confirms its controversial Vingland map is a fake. NBA vaccination rate climbing, now to 95%. Ole Miss Lane Kiffin on USC head coaching vacancy, I'm fully committed to where I am at. Media stops covering FL COVID data because DeSantis downtrend threatens lockdown politics, Sexton, Travis. Britney Spears bears all as she poses for photos during getaway, playing in the Pacific never hurt anybody. Abortion provider testifies that abortion is a blessing, abortion is an act of love, abortion is freedom. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, October 1st. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Dan Wooten, why Kate can thank Meghan for her metamorphosis. Police watchdog probes 16 officers linked to Sarah Everard case. Families face paying $500 more in council taxes. Town halls say need a 25% rise to pay for services. Snow is on the way along with rain and floods with temperatures set to plummet 10 C. Eden Confidential, Who's Pete Townsend, 76, sells his $15 million Grade I Georgian house. Some 76% of older teen girls may have eating disorders, NHS mental health study finds. It is safe to get COVID and flu vaccines at the same time. Florida man, 43, confesses to killing woman, 29, 10 years ago. Special report, football's vaccine problem laid bare, 2/3 of top flight stars are not jabbed. Mom sues Alabama hospital over death of her baby who was born in the midst of a ransomware attack. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Abe's legacy looms large for Kishida, the next Japanese Prime Minister. Belgium to help fund abortions for women who cannot get them in Poland. Canada's Indigenous children slated to receive billions in compensation after court rejects Trudeau appeal. A 96-year-old former Nazi camp secretary was supposed to stand trial. She tried to flee instead. Shakira says wild boars in Barcelona attacked her and stole her purse. Ethiopia expels UN officials amid signs of famine in the Tigray region. South Korea to Biden administration, North Korea is strengthening its missile program. Man pleads guilty to firing 13 times during Floyd protest. UN official says Myanmar's people are in a severe crisis. North Korea says it has test-fired an anti-aircraft missile. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Biden signs bill averting shutdown as heated infrastructure debate drags on, live. North Korea fires new anti-aircraft missile in latest test, state media reports. More than half of U.S. police killings are mislabeled or not reported, study finds. Long Beach school officer shoots 18-year-old, leaving her on life support. Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Mary J. Blige and Snoop Dogg to perform at Super Bowl. Harry Kane's 20-minute hat-trick sinks Moore and drags Spurs from their rut. Stephanie Grisham book sheds light on Trump's bizarre brushes with world leaders. You cannot sue your way to the moon, Elon Musk intensifies Bezos' space feud. Rapinoe and Morgan attack NWSL after alleged abuse by prominent coach. Cori Bush and other congresswomen share personal abortion stories. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Biden signs last-minute deal to avert government shutdown. 13-year-old boy shot at school, suspect to be charged with attempted murder, police. Lawmakers grill Facebook exec over Instagram's impact on teens. Man stuck in Arizona's storm drain saved after he waves arm. FBI assisting in 3-county search for missing 19-year-old college student. Prisons, border wall, how GOP is looking to use COVID money. It's flu vaccine time, even if you've had your COVID shots. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano erupts, lava fountains form in park. Mother and 2-year-old who died after falling at Petco Park identified. Watch, man captures alligator in trash can in Florida. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Shutdown, Congress votes to keep U.S. government open. Ecuador jail riot, anxiety, fear and little information. Rome mayor election, can Rome be rescued from the rubbish? Straight-talking rappers tackle Middle East conflict. Randall Gooseby, violinist champions music by black composers. Dubai opens coronavirus delayed Expo 2020. The biggest test of Biden's presidency so far. UN shocked by Ethiopia's decision to expel top officials. French confession may end 35-year hunt for serial killer. Sarkozy, ex-French president gets jail sentence over campaign funding. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Hurricane Sam to stay well offshore this weekend but will still kick up dangerous surf along the East Coast. Scientists created the world's widest paint. It could eliminate the need for air conditioning. Cool your home by painting your roof. World's widest paint on track to be sold to public. Los Angeles County drops 60K marijuana convictions to clear barriers in today's society, hopes to spur national trend. More than half of police killings in the U.S. are unreported in government data, study finds. DIA warns public of surge in counterfeit bills. Dubai opens Expo 2020 with extravagant ceremony. California man gets life for fatal synagogue attack. Afghan girls football team plays again in Lisbon. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Carson warehouse fire upgraded to greater alarm incident. New campsites at a fire-prone park in the dry Sierra, California just said yes. Photos, Bruce's beach property authorized to return to family. Former Long Beach police officer indicted on federal child pornography charges. Bruce's Beach can return to descendants of black family in landmark move signed by Newsom. Mother of decapitated children is charged with murder in Lancaster slayings. Warden of female prison where celebrities serve time charged with sexually abusing inmate. Governor Newsom approves sweeping reforms to law enforcement in California. Universal Studios, Six Flags are requiring COVID vaccines or tests, how it will work. What to pack if you might need to evacuate. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, October 1st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. 42% of Chinese fishing vessels trapped at sea have been turning off their transponders to hide illegal fishing, including invasive fishing in World Heritage Site Galapagos Islands and Argentina. French cop leaves suicide note unmasking himself as notorious Grell serial killer. Aboriginal war hero Frederick Prentice recognized 105 years after his bravery on the Western Front. Refugees who sheltered Edward Snowden in Hong Kong are granted asylum in Canada. Malawi court sentences Chinese wildlife trafficking kingpin to 14 years in jail. Former Nazi death camp secretary, 96, found after going on the run. Havana syndrome cause wasn't microwaves, government report. Climate change, youth have every right to be angry, says UK PM. Suspect in ATM attacks blew himself up filming tutorial, says Europol Netherlands. Almost half of Argentines are now living in extreme poverty. Boris Johnson handed a life peerage and ministerial job to a Tory donor who gave the party $122,500. Former Nazi camp secretary, 96, quit after skipping trial. Ecuador, at least 116 killed and 80 injured in worst prison massacre in country's history. Landmark study shows one dose of psilocybin induces new neural connections. Indian scientists develop reactor for cost-effective production of hydrogen using sunlight and water. The next headlines are from Forbes. VP Kamala Harris is the least transparent elected official in the nation. Stray Kids, ITZY, Wonho, Gravity and BTS, this week's best-selling albums in Korea. Appeals court allows Biden administration to keep swiftly expelling migrant families. This is Sevilla's moment to win La Liga with visionary director Monchi at the top. Why Ola Kamara deserves the MLS Golden Boot, even with all the PKs. The power of recognition, an essential of customer service success. Evergy signs with Anterix, leading to hopes for a network of networks in electric utility space. Study, U.S. police killings have increased since 1980, and Black Americans face the highest risk of death. A wine grower's vintage in Provence, updates on the 2021 wine harvest. Dangerous Cincinnati is the latest by Boyd Notre Dame opponent. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Illegal mining in the Amazon hits record high amid indigenous protests. New rules will make UK gene-edited crop research easier. Ancient Maya capital housed the copy of a rival city's pyramid. Transformative hydrogen and wrestling with testosterone, books in brief. Delayed global warming could reduce human exposure to cyclones. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,735,054,515 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Scarlett Johansson and Disney settle Black Widow pay lawsuit. How Phil Wright's dance moves helped him play a 400-year-old mummy in under wraps. What's coming to Disney Plus in October 2021? Weezer's creative director for Hella Mega Tour breaks down band's high-voltage stage design exclusive. Liverpool, home to Funny Girl, welcomes new TV and film studios in UK's Hollywood of the North. 2022 Oscars Predictions Hub, all awards categories. Dynamic Television Boards Jocelyn Morehouse's Savage River Australian crime series exclusive. Everything coming to Netflix in October 2021. Denzel Washington, Frances McDormand bring Joel Coen's The Tragedy of Macbeth to the Oscars race. Oscars predictions, Best Actress, can Olivia Colman snag Oscar number 2 for The Lost Daughter? The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Families and victims in California synagogue attack speak at the shooter's sentencing. It was really difficult, Rep. Cori Bush speaks about her abortion testimony. All-star lineup of Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Blige and Lamar will perform at the Super Bowl. The Vinland map, thought to be the oldest map of America, is officially a fake. A hospital gives its staff panic buttons after assaults by patients triple. After 15 years in prison, a man wrongly convicted in the death of 5 children is free. Senators blast Facebook for concealing Instagram's risks to kids. Tommy Kirk, the fresh scrubbed face of Disney as a child actor, dies at 79. Biden signs funding bill, avoiding a shutdown, but other standoffs persist. School boards are asking for federal help as they face threats and violence. The following headlines are from The Week. New California police reform laws will provide more accountability for officers. Protesters demand Democrats override a parliamentarian during immigration protest on Golden Gate Bridge. Daniel Craig finally learned about his weekend meme. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin accused of being rife with sexism. Joe Manchin whines about $3.5 trillion, but he spent $9.1 trillion on defense. Department of Justice watchdog uncovers widespread issues with FBI's handling of surveillance warrants. Congress is officially halfway toward preventing a government shutdown. Democratic senator bewilderingly asks Facebook executive to commit to ending Finsta. Joe Manchin, I've never been a liberal in any way, shape, or form. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Oak Cliff Lorders bring Dallas community together. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Some of the moon's craters are so dark, it takes AI to see what's inside them. BP Colombo meets Mercury for the first time on October 1st. Starlink can be used as a navigation system too. Giant balls of mush made from ammonia and water form in the atmospheres of Uranus and Neptune. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, October 1st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Daylight fireball tracked to Earth. Great red spot winds accelerating on Jupiter. The next news is from Politico. 96-year-old former Nazi secretary on the run. Pelosi's infrastructure stare-down strategy. U.S. trade chief, Biden will build on Trump-era tariffs to confront China. Maine, Nebraska remain electoral college battlegrounds after redistricting. Democrats grit their teeth after Manchin lists demands. Senate confirms Biden consumer watchdog, unleashing industry crackdown. Harris office does damage control over students' Israel ethnic genocide comment. Opinion Biden's Justice Department should not be pursuing Trump's political vendetta. Alito speaks out on Texas abortion case and shadow docket. Why India's arms deals with Russia are about to become a headache for Biden. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, Victoria records 1,143 new local COVID-19 cases, 3 deaths as possible lockdown extension looms, rising Queensland cases puts NRL Grand Final at risk. Sixer star NBA labels Simmons' absence borderline kind of disrespectful. Victoria records 1,143 new local COVID-19 cases, 3 deaths, as more childcare centers listed as exposure sites. No detail, Nationals want PM to reveal net zero plan. Apple and company are showing it's possible to have too much money. Sydney median house price jumps above $1.3 million, Melbourne continues to surge. On the move, former Tiger Cole joins the Suns. NRL to hold emergency meeting as Vilandes will shock Sydney Grand Final push. U.S. House votes to avert government shutdown, test of Biden's agenda ahead. West Side Story, is this the greatest halftime show ever assembled? The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Pelosi promises House vote on Thursday for infrastructure bill, but so far it hasn't happened. Financial crime, he's a thug. He's just got a law degree. Texas attorney admits conspiring to launder drug money. Financial crime, FTC shuts prison magazine subscription company for taking $2.2 million from inmates for subscriptions. The Moneyest, my husband and I took care of his mother for 4 years. His brother said we could have her house, now he wants to kick us out. The Moneyest, I co-signed a refinance on a home my husband bought with his first wife. He never added me to the deed. If we divorce, do I get half? Capitol Report, Biden signs bill into law to prevent government shutdown as debt limit fight continues. Google's Waymo, GM's Cruise Clear one hurdle to launch robot access in California. Keywords, Senator asks Facebook safety chief to commit to ending Finsta, she has to explain its slang. Crypto, here's why the crypto industry is fretting over the $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Zoom and Five9 call off multi-billion-dollar merger amid scrutiny. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Arizona Inventor of the Year to female innovators, the sky is the limit, AZ Big Media. Tech and Art Company, Limited, Form 8K, MarketScreener.com. Nokia to pitch other connected device makers for licensing fee, Bloomberg, Benzinga. Jennifer sample people on the move, Washington Business Journal, New York Business Journal. Nokia's patents chief gets pushed back and bid to make firms pay, Bloomberg. Updated intellectual property legislation and its implementation, Lexology. Ratification by Germany and Slovenia revives prospects for EU unitary patent, Science Business. Supreme Court appeal and legislation possible after latest UK debuts patent decision IAM. Italy jurisdiction report, a change in IP philosophy, Lexology. 2021 Winds Energy Market Report, Maintenance, Repair and Replacement, Patent Review, ResearchAndMarkets.com, Yahoo Finance. The next headlines are from Quartz. NBA players who remain unvaccinated will have to sacrifice game time and pay. Official U.S. data on police violence missed half the killings of the past 40 years. What the shipping supply chain crunch looks like from space. There are much better ways to control U.S. spending than a debt ceiling. Asia's second most valuable company. These are the cities successfully weaning themselves off of coal. Canai's $90 Gap hoodie already costs 10 times the list price on Depop. COVID is killing rural Americans at twice the rate of urbanites. This pair of billionaire brothers is gaining on Mukesh Ambani, India's richest man. What you need to know about China's power crunch. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Survey confirms Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is still home to dangerous gangs, has no solid plan to eliminate them. Social media regulation in African countries will require more than international human rights law. Tune into our live stream of the 300th TechDirt podcast episode. Google, NBC bring dumb cable TV blackout feuds to streaming. Daily Deal, the 2021 Google Software Engineering Manager Bundle. Facebook's latest scandals, the banality of hubris, the messiness of humanity. CIA, NSA block ads network-wide to protect agencies. Ron Wyden says rest of gov should do the same. Misquoting Einstein is fast and stupid, but not accurate. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Michael Tylo, Demi Lovato, Super Bowl 2022, Kilauea, Big Sky, Bengals, Venom 2, Shakira, LaShawn McCoy, Europa League. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Pyongyang tested new air defense system amid recent volley of missile launches, state media. Crickets and psychosis account for Havana syndrome, says newly declassified report by U.S. scientists. Big Tobacco's playbook, Senator rips Facebook-owned Instagram for harming children, hiding product toxicity. Massive fire breaks out at Stuttgart bus depot, sends smoke towering over city, videos. No warning, no strikes, no evidence, YouTube deletes Ron Paul Institute's channel, admits mistake after public uproar. We are concerned about public safety, Manchester cops hammered by watchdog for failing to protect victims, ignoring phone calls. Dance the man for Islam, hooker hailed as savage as Kiwi set to step in to face rising Russian UFC contender Makhachev. Not nice, French football fan who kicked Payet during Nice Marseille's League One riot receives 1-year suspended jail term. Welcome home, heroes, baby rescuing Marine investigated for appearing at Trump rally, dead grunt's family lectured on face masks. Wheelchair-bound Malawi politician with U.S. roots shoots himself in Parliament office in dispute over special vehicle he relied on. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Wikipedia co-founder criticizes site, says it has slid into leftist propaganda. Robinhood popularity plunges, JP Morgan warns shares could drop 20% by year-end. Manchin proposed $1.5 trillion top-line number in July. Elliott Management joins wolf pack of activist funds targeting Toshiba. Enlightened Algus, Democrats demand increased corporate controls to protect citizens from their own dangerous curiosities. Taliban condemns U.S. drone flights over Afghan airspace, warns of consequences. Reparations Task Force accuses California Department of Justice of overreach after removal of agenda items. JP Morgan blocked from Texas muni bond market over anti-gun virtue signaling. Policing pronouns, how misgendering is becoming the new battleground over discrimination. New York City's office space availability at record level. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. China Xi ascendant as attention turns to every facet of life. U.S. lawmakers question Facebook on Instagram policies for children. U.S. stocks suffer worst monthly loss since March 2020. Prince Andrew can review Epstein estate deal, accuser says. Israeli FM Lapid inaugurates embassy on Bahrain visit. Tear gas fired at thousands rallying for civilian rule in Sudan. Can Fumio Kishida overcome Japan's challenges? U.S. Congress passes measure to avert government shutdown. Ecuador deploys 100s of police to prison hit by deadly riot. Driver in China successfully sues Tesla for fraud. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Exclusive Governor Kristi Noem, Joe Biden rationing life-saving coronavirus medicine for political reasons. Cotton, Biden never intended to hold Taliban to Doha deal they broke, he wanted withdrawal no matter what. Biden's DHS issues new sanctuary country orders protecting criminal illegal aliens from deportation. China shows off advanced weapons, including loyal wingman drone jet fighter. Charles Hurt, Mark Milley solidifies himself as the ultimate swamp creature. Iranian state media promotes Kamala Harris applauding student accusing Israel of ethnic genocide. GOP Congressman rip MLB for outsourcing American jobs to communist China. Fact check, asked why Joe Biden is better than Donald Trump, White House repeats bleach hoax. Families protest as Beirut blast investigation delayed again by Lebanese politics. At least 116 killed, 5 beheaded in Ecuador prison gang battle, likely linked to Mexican cartels. The next headlines are from UPI News. North Carolina Dad's milk run leads to $200,000 lottery prize. Watch, bear steals 33-pound package from Tennessee woman's porch. Crater of Diamonds visitor finds 4.38-carat yellow diamond. Amazon driver's insect mishap sends package to roof of home. Texas driver cited for using carpool lanes with skeleton passenger. Watch, 112-year-old great-grandfather certified as world's oldest living man. Seattle business offers budget weddings in a shipping container. Watch, house heavily damaged in Massachusetts fire listed for $399,000. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. It's a myth that adults cannot learn languages as easily as kids, and the benefits multiply if your family learns together. This Mozart sonata calms the brain to help reduce seizures in people with epilepsy. Man finds love on Tinder, and a new kidney. I never would have expected that. Canadian startup to build $400 mock plan to harness nuclear fusion in entirely new cost-effective way. CRISPR gene editing experiment partly restores vision in legally blind patients. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, October 1st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. NYPD Sergeant floods station house in Brooklyn by tossing car keys, accidentally breaking sprinkler, report. Turkey, missing man joins search party looking for himself. Squirrel hides gallons of nuts in North Dakota man's truck. Facebook has donated to 11 of the 12 senators grilling its head of safety today. No laughing matter as NI faces clown shortage. Dutch ATM bomb gang members blow themselves up during test run. Danish museum wants artist to pay back money after producing blank canvases. Cop leaves suicide note unmasking himself as notorious Grell serial killer. Manhunt launched for former death camp secretary who skipped trial. Catfish eaten before being verified cannot qualify for record. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. And the winner of this year's Tech 5 Scale-Up competition is SnapSync's AR will become the new norm in online shopping. This complete guitar masterclass bundle will teach you to six-string like a pro, all for under $20. Python cybersecurity, system management, it's all part of this foundational $20 IT training collection. Why Ford thinks human-centric design is the future. Instagram now lets you add messenger contacts to groups. How Amsterdam's Rijksmuseum uses AI to unlock new artistic mysteries. Join the live stream of the TNW conference main stage. Google's new AI wants to supercharge contextualized search results. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Most cases of never smokers' lung cancer treatable with mutation-targeting drugs. New treatment for inflammatory bowel disease, opioids may cure that bad gut feeling. Scientists use nuclear physics to probe Floridan aquifer threatened by climate change. Study on African buffalo offers insights on persistence of highly contagious pathogens. New metamaterial with unusual reflective property could boost your Wi-Fi signal. Dynamic pregnancy intentions. Signaling from neighboring cells provides power boost within axons. safe for treatment for deep-seated tumors. Connecting the dots between material properties and qubit performance. Movement of genes within cells helps organisms tell time. The next headlines are from Information Week. Why to rethink liability insurance for IT. How to boost camaraderie, connections for remote and hybrid teams. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, October 1st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to host briefings, interviews for next crew mission with SpaceX. NASA issues contracts to mature electrified aircraft propulsion technologies. NASA administrator to meet with Florida STEM students. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah Jazz forward Rudy Gay will miss the start of the regular season. Man injured in Cedar City police shooting. Utah Governor Cox vows to block bills intended to stop private businesses from requiring COVID vaccines. Utah's public employees can get cash for getting vaccinated against COVID-19. Utah football player Aaron Lowe vowed to carry on Ty Jordan's legacy. Now the Utes are mourning through DJ Vu. Corner Canyon wide receiver Cody Hagen commits to Bayou. Great Salt Lake's future, coal intrigue, and a food riders farewell on behind the headlines. Crews search for 79-year-old missing hiker in Zion National Park. Huge Olympia Hills development is back, and it will become part of Harriman. 12 more Utahns die of COVID-19. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Developers are quitting to escape from their bad code. Zoom and Five9 abandon $14.7 billion acquisition. TikTok launches first creator-led NFT collection. Telegram bots are trying to steal your one-time passwords. Blue Origin has a toxic culture, former and current employees say. New USB-C logos make picking USB cables, chargers less confusing. Cloudflare to enter infrastructure services market with new R2 storage product. Oracle loses appeal against $3 billion payment to HPE over withdrawal of Itanium support. Chinese espionage group deploys new rootkit compatible with Windows 10 systems. Anonymous, we've leaked disk images stolen from web host Epic. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Missouri's first gas tax increase since the 1990s goes into effect Friday. Betting line, what to make of Cardinals' postseason chances. Fallen Missouri firefighter to receive national honor. 3 Missouri cities in top 10 for most violent crime rate in U.S. Multi-state salmonella outbreak expands to 35 states, CDC has yet to identify food source. St. Louis Zoo starts vaccinating animals against COVID-19. St. Louis Cardinals are not for sale, team refutes Mike Shannon's claim. Pastor in Godfrey, Illinois sentenced in child porn case. St. Louis deputy indicted for murder in death of carjacking suspect. More than 500 area COVID deaths in 2 months. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Authorities arrest man accused of sexually assaulting woman as she slept. Panama official tells U.S. another 60,000 Haitians are on the way. Biden signs bill to avert partial government shutdown. Jury recommends death sentence for San Diego police officer's killer. Shakira says on Instagram that wild boars attacked her in Barcelona. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Blige, Lamar to perform at Super Bowl. Crews stop 15-acre fire in Vista area, close lane as flames approach freeway. 20 years later, police ID woman found burning in church parking lot. Judge denies restraining order request in student mask mandate lawsuit. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Navy awards contract to Boeing for more JDAM munitions. China announces plan to build new carrier-based fighter jet. U.S. Army awards new contracts for latest night vision goggles. South Korea launches new 3,000-ton class submarine. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Hidden debt and major implementation challenges on China's Belt and Road. Cross-dressing star banned from Chinese TikTok for vulgar content. Labor unrest and how China balances repression and responsiveness. The inside story of the Peace Corps in China. Government announces 3-year plan to tame China's algorithms. Can cheap robots solve Chinese labor shortages? This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, October 1st, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Man, teen arrested in connection to Antioch armed robbery. Armed robbery suspects caught after chase. 16-year-old dies in San Jose crash, others injured. San Francisco domestic violence defendant found guilty. Illegal gambling bust, multiple firearms recovered, 4 arrested in Daly City. Crews battle massive warehouse fire in Carson. Michigan man dies with winning lottery ticket in pocket. Elizabeth Holmes trial, what's next? The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. I'm not giving up, losing bidder still hopes to preserve racing at Arlington. 6 Naperville firefighters seek to keep working while fighting COVID-19 vaccination mandate. Starting line, how White Sox's rotation could line up for playoffs. From one Kubiak to another, Vikings offense staying in sync. Lamar Jackson misses second straight practice with back issue. More COVID-19 deaths in September than previous 2 months combined. Trial will start Friday for ticket broker accused of scamming Sox out of $1 million. Wheeling a Dandrun victim dies. Police say suspect may have fled country. Pritzker, no plans for state to help keep bears in Chicago. After they attack for a 3rd time, former Palatine dogs euthanized. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington single-use plastic bag ban to go into effect October 1st. Here's what you need to know. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Victor 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Sam 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone Dulab 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Mindel 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Kilauea in United States. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for La Palma in Spain. Drought is ongoing in Cameroon, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, October 1st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Putting gifts on layaway at Walmart is now a thing of the past. New model charges 10 to 30% interest. OTRC shows you what's new at Walt Disney World for 50th anniversary celebration. Next round of storms arrives Friday morning. What happens next in battle against Texas abortion law? ABC 13's Art Rascon leaving the anchor desk, but son, Jacob Rascon, joining the station. Houston family search for bone marrow donor reveals low number of Hispanic registries. House proposes map that increases Republican strength, decreases Black and Hispanic majority districts. Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy stars preview Thursday night crossover event on ABC. Houston Afghan Resettlement Fund set up to help 3,000 people resettling in Southeast Texas. Visit the home of the carne asada pizza. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Health agencies rescind mask orders despite governor's vow. North Carolina prisons rename locales over racist histories. Explainer, why home protection is important in wildfires. AP source, NBA vaccination rate climbing, now to 95%. Fed schedule Gulf offshore oil lease sale for November. Mark Lazary, chairman of embattled media Orgazi, resigns. Explainer, what Kilauea's history tells us about its future. Flag-wearing man throws Molotov cocktail into Austin Dems HQ. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Craig just learned about the weekend meme. Staff shortages leave 20% of Rikers detainees under quarantine, slowing decarceration efforts. Soon a downstate medical center cancels surgeries, other services due to vaccine holdouts on staff. Photos, new venue Brooklyn Made has created a dream oasis for musicians. At Bronx Democratic Party dinner, a collision of four gubernatorial hopefuls. Jacob Reese's handwritten reminder of New York City's grim past. Coronavirus stats, back to school edition, tracking outbreaks in NYC education. WAU opens with terrific Malaysian food from Michelin star team. Early edition, we're having a really bad leaf year, courtesy of global warming. Aladdin shuts down one day after reopening due to breakthrough COVID cases. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. The plight of Haiti. Education a powerful tool to counter hate speech, UN chief tells online forum. Ethiopia, 7 UN officials told to leave country within 72 hours. Rwanda's rainforest conservation wins praise from indigenous community. UN chief commends remarkable achievements in Sudan. Iraq, moral obligation to ensure justice for Yazidi and other survivors of ISIL crimes. Urgent international response needed in Myanmar, UN chief. Climate action, time is running out, UN chief tells ministers. Comprehensive support needed for Haitians facing expulsion in Americas. UN recognizes work of 2 million seafarers in extraordinarily challenging times. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. YouTube bans all content stating vaccines are ineffective or dangerous, deletes RFK Jr. and Dr. Merkel's channels. NBA will withhold pay for unvaccinated players. COVID-19 detention camps, are government roundups of resistors in our future? UK military wants to spy on social media to detect change in population sentiment. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Ban on surprise medical bills on track for January 1st rollout. Senators push Facebook exec on Instagram policies for youth. Indiana mom says twin baby suffering from COVID. Congress passes bill to avert partial government shutdown. Did Gabby Petito appear in music video about Sandy Hook when she was 14? Did Norway reclassify COVID-19 as the flu? Did Biden fake COVID-19 vaccine booster shot event? No, Trump did not say his favorite song was Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. School board group asks U.S. for help policing threats. Pfizer-mectin, is Pfizer's new drug just ivermectin in disguise? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Trump rejected general's advice, too. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Gene editing gave this blind woman some of her vision back. Fox News host rails against literal free lunch for hungry kids. Frat targeted by anti-rape protest, we're the victims. Texas teen claims he may have killed twin sister while dreaming. Mask-crazed parents make bizarre threat to defund own school. My Pillow guy returns to Fox News with ad whining about cancel culture. The best crafting deals for your next fall DIY. Ex-staffers, Bezos rocket company one big ego trip. Mom blames black student for insanely racist homecoming proposal. California teen on life support after being shot by school safety officer while she was driving away. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Dems' shameless attempt to redefine reality about the cost of their spending plans. Jacqueline Bisset was cut from goddaughter Angelina Jolie's movie. Gerard Gallant system simplifying things for Rangers. Mother shoots her 2 kids, telling them she wants them to go to heaven. Brian Laundrie will get caught, says ex-US Marshal. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The cannibalistic chaos within planetary systems. What are stellar mass black holes? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Climate change impacts Great Lakes coastline. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano erupts. Great Lakes see the impact of climate change. Concerns about climate crisis are at an all-time high, researchers say. Scientists discover horned crocodile-faced hell heron dinosaur. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Congress prevents government shutdown for now, Biden signs bill. FBI returns to Brian Laundrie's Florida home as search continues. Thieves make off with 330-pound statue marking pivotal War of 1812 battle. Japan tries rock music to protect against bear attacks. My Pillow guy Mike Lindell and Fox News are back in business. Florida condo collapse property sale approved by judge, set for $120 million purchase by Dubai developer. COVID blamed for clown shortage in Northern Ireland. NYPD to hire precinct greeters to improve gruff and dismissive service. After loud calls for their return, Nabisco announces the return of Oreo cakesters after a decade. NYC Criminal Justice Panel recommends reopening Manhattan prisons to relieve disaster on Rikers Island. The following headlines are from military.com. Our next war in Afghanistan is already looming, and it may be even harder. Taliban order fighters out of Afghan homes they took over. Afghan evacuees at Fort McCoy await their chance at the American dream. Space Force Guardians 2 grow 10% with influx of soldier, sailor and Marine transfers. Generals were blindsided by the Afghan army's big quit, but enlisted troops saw it coming. Turkey wants compensation for ouster from US-led F-35 jet program. Americans prefer diplomacy to military engagement as threats shift, poll shows. Senator calls for massive investigation into what went wrong in Afghanistan. Military units track guns using tech that could aid foes. Emil Kaplan, Army chaplain considered for sainthood, is buried in Wichita. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. El Milagro workers, supporters call on tortilleria owners to negotiate better working conditions and respond to sexual harassment reports. Former City Club president and text to Mayor Lori Lightfoot, ComEd duped me in bribery probe tied to Madigan. Fred Flintstone to Freddy Krueger, man testifies about alleged frightening encounter with professor on trial for murder. Legislation mandating more security at gun shops proposed after Tribune report on stolen pistol linked to more than 24 Chicago shootings. John Drake, member of Amboy Dukes along with high school classmate Ted Nugent, dies. Venture led by White Sox legend Frank Thomas buys Field of Dreams property in Iowa. Commentary, we hear your disappointment about how Chicago's communities of color are covered. We are journalists who want to do better. Mike Madigan, ComEd and corruption, timeline of how the investigation unfolded. CPS COVID-19 cases jump to 1,400 with change in how data reported. New CEO vows to expand voluntary testing to all schools by Friday. Daily cases continue to drop, but September was the deadliest month for COVID-19 in Illinois since February, state data shows. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Canary's lava peninsula doubles in size as wind change raises risk. Explainer, fountaining Hawaii lava creates molten rock lake. A Kagome lattice superconductor reveals a cascade of quantum electron states. Salt stress alters legume responses to symbiotic rhizobacteria by modulating gene expression. Brands can boost their own reputations and sales by praising rivals. Using dunes to interpret wind on Mars. Study, just 1 of 5 people with disabilities works from home, millions still do not have the option. Linker histones tune the length and shape of chromosomes. Scientists detect new landslides on U.S. West Coast. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, October 1st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Thrust into the record books by climate change, profound U.S. Southwest drought isn't going away. Everest Delta 8 review, why it's our top choice. Seafood is the next animal protein coming out of labs. Swarm of near-Earth comets linked to recent ice giant breakup. 5 apocalypses humanity has survived. Can healthy foods be toxic? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Senate approves Biden land agency pick over GOP opposition. Jones, Harris Jr. could return to Chargers lineup this week. Police, human remains could be Iowa boy who vanished in May. Van Gogh show in Seattle finally announces a location. Saints energized by post-fight Adama vs. NY Giants. Washington state sets new minimum wage for next year, but few employers pay that little. Washington doc ends use of solitary confinement as punishment after study shows it doesn't work. Lawsuit, NYPD still hiding discipline files after law change. Taiwan's Foxconn has deal to buy former GM plant in Ohio. With such a stellar ensemble, picking a Mariners MVP isn't easy. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Brazilian hospital chain ordered to pay over unproven COVID treatments. Letters, Hayward development path to reading boosters roll distracted driving abortion debate women's call. SF Giants make flurry of roster moves ahead of matchup with Madison Bumgarner. Pelosi hustles to get infrastructure bill across finish line. A's off-season outlook, do they keep the core intact and run it back or clean house? Letters, exacerbating drought renters help GOP irrelevancy COVID-19 testing. Going to SoCal? Try one of these Michelin-rated restaurants. Fremont kidnapping suspect arrested. Sharon Stone steps into Monaco's royal drama by hanging with Prince Albert. Feds bust suspected East Bay meth ring with suppliers in Los Angeles and Mexico. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Joe Biden signs bill to avert government shutdown. Kenneth Russell Nelson, Arizona man, indicted on illegal voting charges. Report, women, minorities, elderly most vulnerable to online attacks. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar to perform at Super Bowl halftime show. Pete Signs, Democratic Laredo, Texas, mayor, denounces Biden, it was working under Trump. Lawmakers rally to closet Marine jailed for Afghan criticisms. Biden failing to unite party around massive infrastructure and welfare spending packages. Mansion worked over by squad for shortchanging Dem social welfare, climate change agenda. Inside the Beltway, U.S. political divide called deep, wide and dangerous. Rising reports of breakthrough infections scramble reopening plans, fuel vaccine skeptics. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Joe Manchin denies he knew about key Democratic strategy to pass spending bills. EPA officials exposed whistleblowers 3 minutes after receiving confidential complaint. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, October 1st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Gambling company withdraws Waukegan casino bid hours after announcing Arlington sale to Bears. Wild afternoon shootout leaves gunpowder in the air on crowded street in the shadow of downtown high-rises. Joshua C. Chancellor helps Diet run past Chicago Richards. Man says Wyndham Latham pulled knife on him during date. Chicago entrepreneur creates happy moments via South Loop's Magic Selfie Museum. After Australian jumping crocodile latched onto his hand, tour boat operator a bit sore. How cryptocurrency has become the currency of the alt-right, white supremacists, hate groups. More collaboration, Matt Nog asked players for offensive suggestions. Columna, esta dos unidos de aclarar su política de asilo. Cook County TIF District's 2020 tax tally, $1.5 billion. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Jalak trusts me, says PM, calls Kong CM good friend. PC lends voice to G23 protest on orchestrated hooliganism. Goalie gets drawn into political game. Crisis brings relief for 2 Congress CMs. 6 turncoat MLAs put Congress in a spot in Rajasthan. After agri-boost, monsoon set to withdraw from October 6. HC frowns on trial judge over quizzing of rape survivor. Road blockade by farmers inconveniencing commuters, SC. Core sector grows 11.6% in August on low base effect. Congress crisis peaks as Capt says will quit party, senior leaders back Sibal. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, October 1st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. New Texas House maps would protect GOP statewide. Trump tells Texas 4-county audit not enough. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this fall 2021. Best of Houston 2021, Best Barbecue Brisket. Young Puda taps into Houston nostalgia with Forever Tippin'. Over 1.2 million Harris County marriage licenses now online. Best of Houston 2021, Best Breakfast Tacos. Twitter data names Deshaun Watson as most hated NFL player in Texas. Things to do, see Mike Barfield's backyard dance party at the Continental Club. Best bets the week of September 30 October 6, 2021. The next headlines are about world records making news. British cyclist Joss Loden breaks women's world 1-hour record, The Guardian. World records for Bavoil and Orhi at IPF World Open Classic Championships, in Games.Peace. Better than Phil Foden, 22M Aston Villa target sets world record, HITC, football, gaming, movies, TV, music. Catfish catch eaten before verification cannot qualify for world record, iHeartRadio. World's largest Lego brick Formula 1 car built with over 500,000 bricks, Guinness World Records. Women-only world record not likely for London Marathon, says Kosgei, Flow Track. In conversation with Guinness World Record-winning entrepreneurship guru, Dr. Thomas George, Outlook India. Born without legs, Zion Clark sets Guinness World Record for fastest 20-meter walk on hands, Phase 2 Face Africa. 13 awesome monster truck records, historic firsts to epic stunts, Guinness World Records. Charity running trio aim to set 4-legged world record at London Marathon, Evening Standard. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. After UAE hacking scandal, Congress may crack down on ex-spies working for foreign governments. In Destiny 2, lies are stronger than any gun. Most police killings in the US aren't officially counted, study finds. Shudders behind the monsters looks like a slavefully good time. 8 adorable robots that are dead now. Leaked US docs say microwave weapons not behind mysterious Havana syndrome. Space telescope will retain name of NASA administrator who persecuted LGBTQ employees. Google promises to fix the biggest problem with Nest cameras. Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who exit announcement has left her in emotional limbo. Somehow this one-dimensional flexible Pong game still looks like a lot of fun. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Almaty in Iran at 113 degrees Fahrenheit or 45 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 110.92 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 79.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. A year later, 45% of COVID patients in Wuhan still have symptoms. Apple forgot to sanitize the phone number field for lost AirTags. Sony acquires its most prominent remaster studio, Bluepoint Games. Liquid metal encased in hydrogel makes a promising energy harvesting device. USB-if is, once again, trying to logo its way out of USB-C confusion. Intel launches its next-generation neuromorphic processor, so, what's that again? iPad mini teardown sheds new light on jelly scrolling controversy. Jon Stewart's new Apple TV Plus series, Old Man Yells at Cloud, but it hits the spot. Settlement forces Amazon to tell workers they cannot be fired for organizing. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Rural communities are becoming kill boxes where 1 out of every 434 people have died from COVID-19, report. Former FBI official roasts Durham probe's latest bizarre turn, and says it's disappointing Republicans. Communist takeover, Marjorie Taylor Greene rages at rumor that Republicans will vote for infrastructure deal. Liz Cheney's Trump-backed primary challenger gushed over her as a courageous conservative at 2016 event. Alex Jones loses 2 Sandy Hook cases by default after failing to comply with court orders, report. Spotify as Joe Rogan suggests Biden faked getting vaccinated on live TV, what if he gets it and faints? Unruly anti-vax protesters force New Hampshire state meeting to shut down after storming building, report. Senator Ron Johnson, worth millions, paid almost nothing in 2017 state income tax, and won't explain why. Newly unearthed emails undercut key charge made in Bilbao appointed prosecutor's indictment, NIT. NIT unmasks researchers who discover Trump computers talking to Russian bank in 2016. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Here's why the bipartisan police reform bill was always going to fail. Trump extremists brought numerous guns on January 6, evidence shows. In an emotional hearing, lawmakers share their own abortion stories. GOP obstructionism is threatening the economy, and banks are freaking out. Good fences make bad neighbors for wild animals. Why is Ag Secretary Vilsack so afraid of a plan to cut pesticides in meat? They went to Bible college to deepen their faith, then they were assaulted, and blamed for it. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Demi Lovato says they have been living as loudly as possible since coming out as non-binary, Wusa9.com. Highlights from the meeting of the German Astrobiological Society, Air and Space magazine. Autumn activities to try, Yosemite Museum, MoCA exhibit, more, Los Angeles Times. What to watch on Thursday, The Way Down on HBO Max, The Washington Post. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, October 1st, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Effects of UFO sightings on national security. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, October 1st, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.